guys, Harley Day Rider back here again. Let's give you an update on that bolt that I showed you on the last video. And I decided, since it kind of looked like, well actually you've seen it, it looked like shit, right? Well, anyway, and it was vibrating itself back out as fast as I could tighten it up. So I thought, well, I'm going to run down to Harley shop and see if I can order the set, the bolt for that. I didn't know it's actually 4 separate parts. There's the back flange, there's the front flange, and then there's the bolt itself, which I found is a torque bolt, not a hex bolt. So it's a torque bolt, and there's a washer. I think I paid $3.20 for a washer. And it doesn't even have Harley on it. What the hell? But here's what impressed me though, guys and girls out there watching this. What impressed me was they had the parts in stock. They were there for me. So, and what impressed me even more, I asked the parts man, I said, look, I don't have a torque screwdriver on the bike. So I said, can I, do you have one I could borrow? He goes, oh yeah, right here in the drawer, Jack, no problem. So those 4 parts cost me $22.60. And in inspection and putting them things in, I'm kind of leaning towards somebody might have actually heisted mine. You know, like maybe they lost theirs, they didn't want to spend the $22. I don't know. But it just seems like it just doesn't seem like a part that would vibrate out. Maybe it did. I hope it did, because now I know to watch it. So I went to the Home Depot and I bought myself a torque ratchet head. That was the only thing they had. They didn't have a torque screwdriver. That's what I was looking for. But I think I have a ratchet screwdriver head at home where I could put that ratchet head on and keep it on the bike. And then I could check those things from time to time. But I don't know. It's just like, I don't know if it, I just don't know. I really don't know if it could have fell out. I guess anything's possible. You know, Harleys vibrate. We all know that. Somebody said, one of the bloggers that I watch, the vloggers, actually said that it feels like he's sitting on a vibrator. Maybe that was Mike Holly 7. Said, yeah, it actually feels like I'm sitting on a life-size vibrator, and it does kind of rumble your ass a little bit when you are sitting at red lights, stop signs, and whatnot. But when you get these bikes rolling along, they you don't feel the vibration at all. I mean, these big touring bikes are pretty amazing. And I don't know if you guys watch Sean Smoke. I said Sean Stoke before, some weird shit. I'm sorry I messed your name up. But Sean Smoke actually just had a video out yesterday that he's looking at buying an Electric Glide Ultra Limited. Now that motorcycle has everything you could think of, all the bells and whistles. This one has all the bells and whistles I need. This bike here has everything that I really want on a motorcycle. You know, especially like really nice shocks. And look at the sun. I decided to turn around and go home because I started getting rained on. Look at the sunlight up there. Unbelievable. Beautiful day. The temperature's going up to around 80 degrees. Just a nice day. So, Sean's looking at that Electric Glide Ultra Classic Limited. I think he said it's a 2014. Somebody traded in on a Spider. And the pictures at the end, Sean, are amazing. What a nice motorcycle, man. If you can work out a deal, I would tell you to buy it. You know, same with this bike. I took a beating on this bike. I told you guys that when I traded the Sportster in after 4 months. I bought this bike. And yeah, I mean, I took a beating on it. I really did. But, you know, I mean, what the hell? I mean, you know, that's the thing. I mean, really. I'm glad I did. Like, these bumps I'm going over right now on the Sportster, they used to kill my back. I could barely feel these bumps right now. We got a truck here closing in fast. Like, he's a fast closing buggy. And he's wanting to run over my ass. Crush me into the pavement. What's wrong with people? I went through a few intersections today and the people were extremely extremely nice. I mean, just amazingly nice people. You know, just unbelievably let me go. And yeah, they were letting me go, and they let me move on there, you know, and not slowing me down. So, I didn't make my destination today because I wanted to leave at 10 o'clock. I had about a 100-mile trip planned out today, in total. I mean, that would have took me around a big loop that I mapped out. See my dad's old stomping grounds, and it was going to be a really nice ride. And then that part just kind of freaked me out that it wasn't there. Of course, the Harley parts guy said, Jack, he said, you can miss one of them bolts and your luggage racks are, you know, in your saddlebags. Well, as you've seen, it's the guard around the saddlebag. He said that's not going to fall off with that one bolt. I mean, there's so many other contact points, and that's nice to know, but, you know, when my bike's not whole, it just freaks me out. It feels like I'm not whole. So I figured I'd turn around. I'm going to go back home. It's about 12 o'clock, almost 12:30. Grab a little bit of lunch, maybe just throw a hot dog in the microwave or something quick. I was planning on buying myself a nice lunch out today, but now this all happened, and I don't know. It just kind of takes its toll. Something dead on the road there. I don't know what the hell that is, and I don't want to hit it. So folks, I think I taught you a valuable lesson today. You know, when you get your bike out, do your pre-inspections on your bike. I do it every time I start this bike, when I take it out of the garage or the shed. My wife always asks me, why you do that, Tom? Why you check the turn signals and the headlights? And you know, when you put it away, it probably all worked, because, you know, and it did. Whoa, big bloody thing in the middle of the road here. So, yeah, it probably did, but when you're up on two wheels, you got to try to do everything you can to possibly, you know, protect yourself. As you can see, I'm not wearing anything on my sleeves today. I got a short sleeve shirt on, which is really stupid. I know. I put a sweatshirt even in my back, in my saddlebag. It's in there, but it's a nice day. You know, you're out riding along. I'm looking to buy a mesh coat for me and my wife. My wife's boots just came in today. We had a friend, I told you, that had a little accident on her bike, and the boots actually saved her from cutting her ankle off. So that's it. My wife said, look, I'm not riding in tennis shoes no more. I want a pair of boots. So we ordered them, and they did get delivered today. So hopefully she'll be back up on the bike with me soon, taking a nice little ride somewhere. Anyhow, I guess I just talked about so much different stuff that I'm probably making your head spin. You're probably like, Jack, is there any point to any of this? Here's the big point. Do your pre-inspections, but make that. I'm going to make mine a little bit more lengthy now. So I'm going to make sure bolts are tightened. I'm going to make sure if there's any nuts that they're tightened. Make sure there's no cables hanging off my bike, just to be sure. I mean, even if you have a brand new bike, just to be sure, to protect yourself out there, to be safe. So, man, it is really getting nice now. Look at the sunlight. Everybody see the sunlight up there? Wow. Really just turning out to be a beautiful day. It wasn't supposed to be in the rain, but where I was heading, it looked pretty shitty. So coming back to my house this way looks pretty good. I mean, I could probably extend this ride, take a little bit longer ride. I don't know where I'd want to go this way. I got a large loop that we did a couple weeks ago. I didn't film it, and I don't know. But I do want to stop back at the house and have some lunch. I think that's the first thing I'm going to do. Get these videos put into Final Cut Pro, and you know, it takes a while to import all this full 1080 HD video. So I got to do that. I did fill the bike up, cost me about $14. I don't know if you guys use super high test or not. That's what I run in this bike. I think it's 93% octane. I used to run the cheap shit in the Sportster, and I was told, you know, that's why I was starting to miss, and that's why it was starting to maybe foul your plugs up and stuff, and you don't want to do that. You know, run the better stuff in your bikes. You know, it doesn't cost much to run the better stuff in your motorcycle, so run the good stuff. Don't run that shitty stuff, that 86% octane. You know, don't run that stuff in your bike. This guy's still kind of following along behind me there. I hope he goes straight when I turn left, but if he doesn't, I mean, he'll just have to deal with me here. So, and put up with me riding my ride. Because that's what I do. I ride my own ride. I don't let anybody push me down the road because you know what? I am the one controlling these handlebars. And I'm the one trying to, you know, navigate turns and do my bends and lean my bike. And I don't want to do any of that stuff. I don't want to do any of that stuff with somebody pushing me down the road because it's just nonsense. I mean, they don't need to go that goddamn fast anyway. This is probably one of the worst areas we have right here for wrecks. No, that's nice. You see a motorcycle, I got the right of way, and he pulled out right in front of me. Did you see that? I started watching a new moto vlogger. I can't remember his name, but he drops the F-bomb about every 5 words, and I don't want to do that. You know, you do get the occasional cuss word out of me, but people can't drive their cars. Or people hate motorcyclists, one or the other. Some people, I believe this, I told my wife that, she's like, oh, shut up, that's not true. Some people want to be a motorcyclist, and for one reason or not, they're not, and they're jealous of us, and they want to kill us, knock us off our bikes, run us over, you know, broadside us. They don't give a shit. But, hey, for years my wife said, look, Jack, you don't need a motorcycle, you know, I want you whole, I want you here with me, I want you to be safe, you know. And I told you guys a story of a friend of ours that passed away at a very, very young age, and it opened my eyes, and I said, look, honey, I'm not going to live forever, you know? Bad things can happen to you anytime, any place bad things can happen. Yeah, on a motorcycle, it's a little more, but we're not riding like Evel Knievel out here, right? We're not doing ramps and jumps and flips and everything and wheelies. We're just riding our big touring bikes and our big cruisers through the countryside. Then you got these big gas well trucks and stuff. See how they leave all this dirt on the road and stuff? Everybody see that? You gotta be careful where I live. You really gotta be careful. Yeah, so why do people get jealous in cars? Why? I mean, if you want a motorcycle, go buy a damn motorcycle. It doesn't have to be a Harley. And I told you guys in one of my videos, I think, when I went to the Harley dealer, it used to be Harley Honda. I went to buy a Honda Shadow. I wanted to get like an 1100cc Shadow is what I was looking for, or 750. And they don't sell Hondas anymore there. They said, Jack, all we have, sir, is Harleys. And I said, well, I can't afford a Harley. Holy cow, I mean, that's way out of my price range for a Harley Davidson motorcycle. But that's when I found that used Sportster for about $6 grand. So 2006 for $6,000. And I sat on it, and I moved it back and forth, and I thought, well, this is a big, big bike, this 1200cc Sportster. And my wife said, well, you know, we do have a certificate of deposit, a CD in the bank, for about that much money. And she said, you know, Jack, if you want, cash it out and just pay cash and buy that bike. You know, if that's what you want to do, because of course we didn't do that. We actually financed the bike is what we did. Wait. No, you didn't wait. So we bought, we financed that motorcycle. I rode it for 4 months. Sportsters are wonderful bikes. There's a few downsides. The gas tank's not big enough. It was carbureted on fuel injector, which means it ate a lot more fuel than my new bike here, the fuel injected bike. And the wife riding on the back of it, she really hated it. She didn't want to go anywhere with me. Even when I put the sissy bar on, she's like, it's just not comfortable. Her legs was all bound up under her. So, and then we went on the trip to South Carolina in the car, not in the bike. And there must have been a biker convention going on or something, some get together for bikers. We've seen hundreds and hundreds of thousands of bikers. And many of them had the big touring bikes. And I told my wife, I said, when I get home, I'm buying one of those. So I'm going to buy one of those touring bikes, hon. And she's like, what? That's a really big motorcycle. And she wasn't kidding. Like I said, once I brought it home, and she jumped on the back, she goes, well, this is really comfortable. She said, I feel really, really comfortable back here. She feels safer because she has floorboards now that she puts her feet on. And she feels like she's a little bit further away from the road than what the Sportster was. That truck's being really nice behind me there. He's really paying attention to me. He knows I'm slowing down these bends because he's slowing down. So anyway, I took her for a ride on one day and she said, man, this is a luxury bike. And ever since then, she's been a fan. She's been a fan of the electric ride, so she likes it. Plus our friends I told you bought one. That's another reason why I wanted to buy one, so we could ride together with them. I like the bigger tank. I got a 6-gallon tank now. And like I said, it's fuel injection. So, so it saves the gas. It does something differently to the gas, I guess. It saves on the gas itself, so. Anyway. I got my turn coming up here. We're going to be heading up to the house here. So guys, I'm going to tell you, as always, ride your own ride. Remember, don't ever let anybody push your ass down the road. Don't let cars ride on your ass. Don't speed up like 1,000 miles an hour. That's just wrong. Don't do that. Just ride your own ride. That's what you want to do. And be safe out there. Just be safe wherever you go. And watch all these other moto vloggers, because I do. I spend hours and hours in front of the TV set with my Google Chromecaster, and I watch these moto vloggers for hours and hours. I wish some of the videos were a little longer. I know mine gets long here after a while. I don't like doing 20-minute videos, but I like taking you guys for a ride with me. So, alright guys, take care. See you next time. Bye-bye now.